for the Unit 2 review, it says use the following table to answer number 1 and number 2. So we have these ordered pairs in a table. You should know that this right here means -1, -1. So if I had to plot that point on the graph, I would say, okay, going over -1, down 1. So I'm looking for a point right here. Obviously, that's not going to be my graph. So -1, 1, that works. That one doesn't work. That one doesn't work. So we know that it has to be B, but we probably should check our other points too. So 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 3, and 2, 5. So that works. Okay. So B is my solution. And then it asks down here, determine if the relation is a function. So is the graph a function? And the answer would be yes here. I see that if I were to draw the vertical line, it would pass at any point I draw it through. And then secondly, it passes because none of the x's repeat. So no x's repeat, so it is a function. So A. Okay, for number 3, it says choose the description that best explains if the graph below is a function. So for this one, I want to use the vertical line test since I have a graph. So I'm going to draw a vertical line wherever I see a point. Okay, that passes, 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 and that one passes. So for my vertical lines here, they all pass, only one point on each line. So I would say yes, it passes the vertical line test. Okay. For number 4, this is more of like plugging in x values and finding the function or the y values. And remember, this is your y, so you can think of all of these as your y's right here. Okay, so I would plug in my 0 to the function. I would say 2 times 0 minus 6. Well, 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 6 is -6. So that's not going to work. But I can see that if I plug in a 0, here I get -6. 0, I get -6. But 0, I get +6. So that can't be it either. So now I'm going to try to plug in my 5 and see if I can get a solution. So 2 times 5 minus 6 is 10 minus 6, which is 4. And that works. So I would say my solution is C. In number 5, I would set up 2 problems here. So part A, remember f of x is y. So if I have -4 as x, I have to find the y. So I would say y equals 3 times -4 plus 6. So that gives me -12 plus 6, and that gives me -6. So I fill in the table with -6 when x is -4. Then for problem B, I see that I have to find x. So 12 is my y. So I plug 12 in for y right here, and then write down 3x plus 6, and now I'm solving an equation. So I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides, and we get 6 equals 3x. We divide both sides by 3, and x would give me 2. So then I would just fill that in for the chart over here, knowing that when y is 12, x is 2. Okay. Then for number 6, this is your domain right here that you're given. So I fill in the table. I know that I'm going to take 4 times my x, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in 4. And then I am multiplying by the x value. And then I have to add 2 to each one of those. And I'm basing this off this function right here. It's also written here in the table. So 4 times -2 is -8 plus 2. That gives me -6. 4 times -1 is -4 plus 2. and that gives me negative 2. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 2. That gives me 2. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2, which gives me 6. And 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2, and that is 10. For the range, I see that we have this in numerical order already. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the range and set notation. So I've got -6, -2, 2, 6, and 10.